Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Monster or the Milwaukee Cannibal, was an American serial killer and sex offender who between 1978 and 1991 murdered and dismembered 17 men and boys. Many of his later murders involved necrophilia, cannibalism, and the preservation of the body parts of his victims, typically their skeletons. A quirk of his that apparently started long before he was an adult.
In ninth grade, in biology class, we had the usual dissection of fetal pigs, and I took the remains of that home and kept the skeleton of it, and I just started branching out. Dogs, cats. I suppose it could have turned into a normal hobby like taxidermy. And all I know is that I wanted to see what the insides of these animals looked like.
Dahmer's first murder was a hitchhiker named Stephen Mark Hicks. Much like the animals from his youth, Dahmer dissected Hicks's body in his basement and later buried the remains in a shallow grave in his backyard.
What would you do with the dead animals, Jeff?
Take them back in the woods, skin them sometimes, slit them all the way open, look at the organs, feel them.
Can you describe what you were thinking?
It was just mystifying to me how the insides of the animal looked. There was a sort of general excitement for me. I don't know why. It was exciting to see.
Despite the nature of the horrific acts, it seemed that even Dahmer at some point was self-aware enough to realize that he had gone too far and his actions had gotten out of hand.
Did you ever tell yourself, I have to stop this? I must stop doing this?
Yes.
When it was going on?
After the second time, it seemed like the compulsion to do it was too strong, and I didn't even try to stop it after that. But before the second time, things had been building up gradually. Going to bookstores, going to the bars, the gay bars, bath clubs. When that wasn't enough, buying sleeping pills and using it on various guys in the bath clubs. It just escalated slowly but surely. And after the second time, which was not planned, it was out of control. It felt like it was out of control.
Dahmer was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, and a psychotic disorder, but was found to be legally sane at his trial. He was convicted of 15 of the 16 murders he had committed in Wisconsin and was sentenced to 15 terms of life imprisonment in 1992.
Were you relieved to be arrested?
Part of me was, and part of me wasn't.
Explain.
I don't know. It's like I don't believe I have a split personality, but you know the feeling where you're sort of glad about something, but on the other hand you're not. That's how it was. It was a relief not to have to keep such a gigantic secret that I had kept for so many years. And once I saw that I had no choice but to face it, I decided to face it head on and make a full confession. So I am glad that the secrets are gone.
By 1994, 2 years after his sentencing, Dahmer was murdered by a fellow inmate named Christopher Scarver, who bludgeoned him with a 20-inch metal bar. After the crime, Scarver, who was thought to be schizophrenic, informed a guard of his act, saying, "God told me to